So, I would just like to preface this by saying, no, I did not watch Champions League final last night. You might be thinking, Nathan, why did you not watch Champions League final last night? You claim to be a football fan. That is the biggest game in European football in the European football calendar. Well, I got home from work, switched the channel over to whatever TNT channel it was on, I can't remember. And my Virgin box was telling me that that channel could not be supported. So then I tried it on Virgin Go, and it also did not work. So, and not gonna lie, as much as I wanted to watch the Champions League final, I am not getting up on a stream and just having to skip through titty ad after titty ad just to watch Bellingham stink up the place and Real Madrid pull off some sorcery to win the Champions League. Like, I wanted to watch it, but I did not want to watch it that badly. I have all the information I already need to make this video without even watching the Champions League final, so I didn't go to the extreme lengths of watching the Champions League final because, you know, especially seeing as my bet didn't come in. I had a bet on Camavinga, Chan and Maatsen to get booked, and none of them got booked, so, you know, it was a bad night all round. It was a bad night all round. But before we actually go on to talk about today's topic, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're closing in on 400 subs. It would be nice to reach that goal soon within the next few videos. And also, if we reach 1,000 subs, I did say I would shave my hair off, and I'm still going to do that. So remember, 1,000 subs, bam, get me there. And comment down below what you think of today's video topic, which I'm about to get into now, which is, I think Jude Bellingham's overrated. And that's not me being salty because he's younger than me and more successful than me. I actually do think he's overrated. But that's not even me saying that, like, I think he's bad. I don't think Jude Bellingham's a bad football player. I think Jude Bellingham's an exceptional football player. But, like, the level he's held at, right, and the regard he's held at is actually, like, insane, right? Real Madrid have one of the best big game players in football right now on their team, right? Vinicius Jr. I actually think Vinicius Jr. is the best player in the world. I think off of performances and when he decides to turn up, I think Vinicius Jr. is the best player in the world. He has played 2 Champions League finals and scored in both. He's played 2 Champions League finals, won both. Scores big goal after big goal after big goal. Him and Rodrigo score a disgusting amount of big goals in the Champions League. Like, that's just what they do. That is literally just what they do. They're Ancelotti's 2 Brazilian Champions League gunmen. That's what they do. They just, like, score bare Champions League goals, right? Okay. Yes, Bellingham scored important goals. Yes, Bellingham's put in good performances. But I actually think Bellingham's form at the start of the season has not correlated into the latter end of the season. And yes, he's still getting goals and assists, but I think his all-round form and the way he plays isn't actually that great. And obviously, I didn't watch yesterday's game, so I can't comment on yesterday. I just know that he got an assist from Maatsen playing a sideways pass across his box, basically. So, you know, well, not across his box, but it's across the goal mouth, basically. Like, it's on the edge of the box, but it sets up a certain goal either way, right? Anyway, I didn't watch yesterday's game. I can't comment. Some people said he didn't play well. I'm not going to comment on that. I didn't see it with my eyes, right? I did not see it with these things that are plugged into my skull, right? But I watched him against Bayern in the second leg, and he was terrible. Well, not terrible. He wasn't terrible. That was hyperbolic. My apologies. He wasn't that great. I did not think he set the world alight in that game. There were definitely players on the pitch that were better than him on the night, right? I watched him in both games against City, and I don't think he was the best player on the pitch. I don't think he was as great as people made him out to be. I honestly think his touch for Rodrigo's goal in the second leg, I don't think everyone makes out that that's an exceptional touch because it took Rodri the wrong way. Which, yes, it did. It took Rodri the wrong way. But Rodri was not anticipating Bellingham to take that bad of a touch. Bellingham was not even anticipating Bellingham to take that bad of a touch. It just happened, right? Bellingham was able to react quicker to his poor touch than Rodri, and it resulted in what it resulted in, right? It wasn't a moment of brilliance. It wasn't a moment of magic. It was a poor touch followed by great reaction time. Was what it is, right? Was what it was. And I don't think he was that good in both those games. And obviously with him now winning La Liga and the Champions League in his debut season, you have people like TalkSport and other footballing news sources trying to tell me that it is the best debut season in football. It's not even the best debut season in the last 2 years, let alone football. Are we actually... the lengths people will go to disregard and discredit Haaland for his performances last season are mind-blowing. Because yes, Jude Bellingham has put up good numbers this season. Yes, Jude Bellingham has come in and achieved something extraordinary in his first season at Real Madrid, right? But it's not what Haaland did last year. And I will not have anyone try gaslight me into believing that this Bellingham season is better than the Haaland season last year. What has Bellingham done this season, yeah? That a Real Madrid player hasn't done before in history. I can name hundreds of Real Madrid players that have done exactly what he's done this season, which is win the double at Real Madrid. How many people, how many players can you name that have won the treble in their first season at Man City? What, there's 6? Is it 6? Ortega, Phillips. No, wait. It's Ortega, Phillips, Gomez, Akanji, Alvarez, Haaland. 6. 6 players won the treble in their first season at City. 11 first-team players won a treble at City. And compare that to how many have won the double at Real Madrid. Again, I'm not saying it's not an exceptional achievement, and on its own, it is an exceptional achievement. And on his own, he's an exceptional player, Jude Bellingham. But he's not this footballing god that people make him out to be. And this sort of narrative around Bellingham is exactly why 9 out of 10 English footballers will never reach their potential, because of this narrative that is created around him about how good he is, and how he can't fail, and how everything's just a fairy tale for him. Watch him drop one of those like 6 out of 10 performances he dropped in the Champions League, in the Euros, and us get knocked out. He's not the golden boy anymore, and he'll be hounded and hounded and hounded for those performances. But in reality, it's just the same level of performance that he was putting up in the Champions League, which everyone was praising him for. But because one's for England and one's for Real Madrid, they'll be held to a different standard, and it literally doesn't make any sense, right? So, like, I don't get it. Like, he's a good football player, very good football player, but he's not the best in the world. He's not the best midfielder in the world. That's Rodri. He's not the best English midfielder in the world. That is probably Rice. Well, I mean, it's a debate between Rice and Bellingham. Like, he's not outright the best English midfielder in the world. And he's not the best player at Real Madrid. And he doesn't deserve the Balon d'Or. Vinicius Jr. deserves that Balon d'Or, in my opinion. And Vinicius Jr. is the best player in the world. Best player at Real Madrid. They're the best team in the world. Best player in the world. I think he's the best player in the world, Vinicius Jr. But you know, that's all I've really got to say on Bellingham. Again, I don't want anyone to take this as me hating on Bellingham, because I don't hate Bellingham. I want Bellingham to succeed. I want Bellingham to do well. You know, he's an exceptional footballer, but I just don't like the way the media and people on the internet and stuff treat him and act like he's way better than he actually is. Because as soon as a bad performance comes in that England shirt, all of that's crashing down. And as much as like he's being overrated now, yeah, the negative press he'll get is going to be a lot more than the positive press he's getting now. So, you know, it's better to just have him held at the standards that he's actually performing at, and then it can be fairly criticised at this level and at international level, then him being held to an impossible standard that he's not even reaching at club level, for it to then him just to be scrutinised, called a flop, called a bottler when it comes to England, because it's not fair. So you might as well just start holding him to that level now. But you know, let me know that down in the comments if you think Bellingham's overrated, and if so, tell me why you think he's overrated. If not, tell me why I'm wrong and he's not overrated. Do you think he should win the Balon d'Or, or do you think Vinicius should win the Balon d'Or? Whoever you vote, tell me why you think they should win the Balon d'Or, and how do you think England are going to do in the Euros? With all that being said, please like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Remember, 1,000 subs and I'll shave off all my hair. And if this is the first video of mine you're watching, welcome to the channel, and check out the rest of the videos on the channel. You won't be disappointed, and that might even, you know, cement your choice in clicking the subscribe button. Who knows? But yeah, I've been Nathan. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Shut down cases, they belly dots to the can't see faces, chasing the bad guy chase it. You don't wanna be the one like Ace and like GT trying to turn them out wasted. Aye, tell a bad bitch come break it, body come mad, come shake it, then get back to the basics, bro, don't shut down cases, they belly dots to the